MyLifeisEva lied. My life is not aesthetic. And today we're having a wee little breakfast burrito. Don't judge. Don't judge how I wrap this burrito. I'm bad at it. And welcome to Lunch Break, where I talk, we eat. I'm chronically worried about my food getting cold, because I will not enjoy food if it's cold. Pasta salad, maybe. I do want to try my Squishmallow fell down. No. I do want to try those Korean cold noodles, but I'm ruining my life. I keep getting things on me and doing them. But I'm not incredibly locked in on that journey. Here's my burrito. It's nice. It's pretty thick. And it's leaking on me. It's egg, chicken, red pepper, onion. And then I have some of my fried onions, French fried onions on there because I like a little crunch and they don't really taste like much. And they're leaking at the bottom. They're leaking. And my dad makes avocado ranch and I have some of that on there and some sour cream. And it's pretty yummy now. It's absolutely falling apart. You win some, you lose some. Talking about losing some, I lose a lot. And there's also cheese. If anybody else watched MyLifeisEva, I don't know, you would know. The YouTubers of that time that were directed towards girls were all they all made videos my fall 2015 morning routine, night routine, school routine. And honestly, most of them are homeschooled, so they were just hopping over to a random school to film. I don't even want to know how long I just chewed for. You have to chew your food though. I don't know if people have seen the food content creators and swallow, bite, swallow. Don't do that. That's horrible for your gut. But they all made these routine videos and I thought my life was going to be so aesthetic. So perfect, right, Al? I thought my life was just going to be
actual
sunshine,
goals.
rainbows,
AF.
Christmas lights, literally my life. And it just, didn't work like that. And I feel now the content creators nowadays are a whole different level of unrealistic. Our level of unrealistic was every morning you wake up and you do XYZ. But it's not a $90 moisturizer and a $50 cleanser. They have to be of this specific brand and all this stuff. And it was also the expectation of you will do this when you are older. Well, now it's 10-year-olds doing a full face of makeup and skincare, which is crazy. I'm already halfway through this thing. That's crazy. Now, there's something to be said. Because when I was 10, there's definitely a difference between, how, Gen X grew up versus how Gen Z grew up. Because when I was 10, I got my first period. That was when I was, growing up. I got my first period. I was in 5th grade. And I think he was our 3rd class of the day. He was our science teacher. He really hated my class. Because in the 5th grade, you stayed with the same group, but you went in between classes. And so we had an ELA teacher, a social studies teacher, a science teacher, and a math teacher. And the science teacher just really hated my class. He was crashing out. Oh, that was a good bite. They had like a lot of the avocado ranch in there. But he was crashing out all of the time. And also I remember there was this mean ass little kid there. Okay, I just remembered his name. I'm not gonna say that. But he was like this big, like this tall, this wide, and he was mean. Like, it was crazy. And there was this girl who I was like kind of friends with, but like not really, but like, you know. And I remember he was like, and your forehead's big. And I was like, well, maybe that's because she's smarter than you. And I got in trouble for that. He didn't get in trouble for calling her forehead big and like being mean to her, and I got in trouble. I was like, my flabbers were gasted. I was clutching my pearls. And so I remember, back to the period story. As everybody wants to hear. Our third period at science class was when we took our lunch as well. And so we always like stopped by the bathroom because 5th grade was on the 2nd floor and the cafeteria was on the 1st floor. It was a bit of a walk, but there was a bathroom right before the stairs. And I remember going there and I was like, oh, God damn it. I'm really eating to this thing. I was really hungry. I won't lie. These YouTubers of the time prepared me for this moment. Glitter Sparkles Forever 17, RCL Beauty. I was locked in. I was ready. Because of that time, everybody made hack videos that were very unconventional and made no sense. Putting lipstick in a glue stick, you know, like nothing made sense. Nothing was rational. Nothing was needed. But there was a couple, because I think it was Glitter Forever, who... Sorry, I just remembered a internet moment of her that's very inappropriate. I shouldn't talk about it on this channel. Involves a turkey. That was a really good bite too. My sauce is all on this side though. That's sad. She made a video that was like period hacks for school and all this stuff. And I still use some of those to this day. To this day. To this day. There's one where like when you take a shower, you prepare like a firefighter. And you set out your like undies, your chonies, with a pad already in it, and you slide that on so you don't have to like run to your room after a shower. And this is like, oh no, it fell apart. And this is really tasty. I'm a little bit worried I'm still gonna be hungry. We might have some yogurt. Hashtag health queen. Also, so North Carolina and most of the American South is in a drought, but it's been raining really bad like the past week. And now my water tastes like dirt. It's not too bad right now, but for like 2 days straight, and it was all over the county because, you know, I'm on the what's going on page, you know, Facebook page for the county, and people were complaining about it, so it wasn't just me, because it tasted like when you're in like a chlorinated swimming pool the day after it rained, so it's like a little bit dirty inside. That's what it tastes like. Chlorine mixed with dirt. But it's not so bad anymore. Okay, that one was a little bit bad. I tasted a little bit of dirt on that sip. Okay. But, like, all of these YouTubers made those similar videos. I really loved Wenji as well. Oh, my stomach just made like a really uncomfortable sound. I hope my mic didn't pick up on that.
You have to see all the tadpoles that are in the pool.
Yeah, it's a lot. We checked it out the other day.
Holy goodness gracious.
All you could see was just little bloop, 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 bloop,
Swinging all over.
They didn't have tails yet when I was there.
Oh yeah, they've got tails.
All you could see was just bloop, 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 bloop. Now sometimes you would see like a little movement, just like a little bloop, and you go, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there.
I have to drain the pool soon, and now I don't want to.
Yeah, because you're like murdering.
I'll be like the Hitler of the frogs. They won't
Yeah.
be my friends anymore.
Yeah. But all these YouTubers at the time all made these similar videos, and I thought my life was going to be so aesthetic. I was going to be going to Target with my best friends. I was going to be in the car. They were going to be pushing me around. Which I'm sure is true for some people. I don't know what just happened. I think my chicken was like a little extra seasoned in that one spot. And it kind of tasted weird, but we move on. We're a survivor. Say this every single video. Unfortunately, this is my life. I can't not talk about it. I mean, like, I could lie. I used to be a little bit of a chronic liar. I won't lie. See, I'm recovered. Just took like a baby bird size bite. I live in like very bad like isolation, low-key. Like over 2,000 days. Now that's including the time that I worked. I worked for a couple months retail, but I left the house like 3 times a week for like a couple of months now. Really good for my mental health, really bad for my physical health. I've mentioned that before. I almost just choked. It would have been so bad. That would have been so embarrassing. Good clickbait. Really embarrassing. Like, I just thought my life would be so aesthetic. I would have my own car, vroom vroom. Where's that? I'll link it.
My mum's car. Broom, broom. Get out of my car! Aww.
I would have my own car. I would have all this stuff. My life is not aesthetic. They lied to me. They lied to me. Because, like, they all, like, it looked like they were seemingly living alone. And that's because their houses were usually, like, sets, frankly. I've heard some of them talk about it. What are their names? Gabby something? They're, like, sisters. And, like, they talked about it. Like, once they got big, they made their bedroom sets. I feel like that's partly worse nowadays because you have, like, TikTok where it's like, I'm 19 years old and I'm a millionaire. I'm living in this skyrise apartment in New York. Is LA still trendy? LA was like the cool place to live when I was a kid. Now I feel like it's New York. This is the part where I'm going to ask you what you've ate today. And if you watched any of these YouTubers growing up. Because I watched a lot of that, like, content. But I also watched, like, Sunday, other canceled YouTubers, Afmal. She was briefly canceled in 2020, but I don't think she's canceled anymore. I has Cupcake. She's great. We love her. I still actually have, like, a little chibi style plushie. That was so big back then, was like the chibi style. It was everywhere. I actually still have it in my closet. Dan TDM, Think Noodles. Those are all the gamers I watched. Stampy. Oh, love Stampy. I picked all the onions off. It's natural to have like unrealistic expectations, but I had very high hopes for myself, and not so much. I wonder what everybody's like dream profession is. I know that like 90% of my viewers are female, so I was wondering. I have this DVD, I'm staring at it right now, because in computer class, because yes, we had computer class. I know someone, I don't think they do that anymore. I don't think there's computer class anymore, and it's really necessary because kids are typing on keyboards like this. Not like this. And like we did a lot of stuff. Like we did typing, but we also had like coding and media literacy and like fun stuff, you know? But every year, Mrs. Barlow, shout out to the GOAT, she would have us work on this slideshow. And so like you would put in like all your things, you would put in a picture of yourself and blah blah blah. But you would also put in like what you wanted to be when you grew up. And my mom owned or was president of an animal rescue. So for like a couple of years I always put like animal rescuer. I don't think, is that a word? I don't know. And that was like my dream profession. And then I think by the 5th grade I changed that to 2nd grade teacher. I wanted to be a 2nd grade teacher very specifically because it wasn't like grody little 5-year-olds, but it wasn't like sad, depressed older children either. It was a good middle ground. Obviously that really never happened because, you know, medically fragile. Womp womp. Womp womp. And, but you know, I had expectations. I still get like, but sometimes, like especially during Christmas time, there are always like these slideshows on TikTok that are like nostalgic, Christmas in school the day before break, and I'm like, why can I make memories for children? But I'm fine. I write children's books now, which is pretty fun. Pretty fulfilling in a way. But I wonder like what everybody wanted to be, you know? I'm a very nosy person. I just want to know everything. Where are you going? Goodbye? Goodbye? Dubai? Hello? No. Freak. Hey, bye. Love you. Broke, guys, and it hurts really bad. And acrylics on. Oh, it broke more. Oh. It's like down to like the nub, and it hurts so bad. I'm gonna have to cut that. That hurts. Oh. Let's move this. You know, like, expectations are, like, normal and everything. Like, I feel like everybody had high hopes. And their high hope. Oh, I was supposed to take my hair down. My hair's really nice. I'm having a good curl week. Okay, it's not that good on camera. It's gonna hurt. Hype me up. Hype me up. My nails are literally as thin as paper, like translucent. And also, like, we had the pandemic instead of, like, I know I turned 13 when the pandemic happened, and then, you know, subsequently kind of ruined my life. All of my teenage years have been spent, like, in the house. Rough. But I feel like everybody has, like, expectations and they're not met, you know? Especially as kids, like, you thought you would have, like, a very, like, oversaturated riding in a Jeep, Christmas lights, literally my life, and it's literally not your life. So, yeah. And this was today's lunch break. A little less exciting than the last one, I think, but my bad. I would love to know what you're eating, what you ate today. Make sure you eat today. Don't disappoint me.
See my pinky, see my thumb, see my fist, you better run.
It's like in the 6th grade. In the 6th grade, one of my friends, oh, there's a Panja. Oh, there's a Naji Paji. One of my friends had like an eating disorder, so I had to like force feed her strawberries at lunch every day, or else she wouldn't eat. So I had like, I will do that. I will do it again. See these fists, you better run. Anyways, you drink water, stay hydrated. It is hot, it is summer, it is, it's very humid. It's like, if you walk outside right now, it's like soup. But you are the little shrimp in the seafood boil. I explained that to my British cousin because she was going to come to America this year. And she was like, what's the best time? And I was like, not the summer, you're British. You're going to die. You're going to melt. I would love to know what you wanted to be when you grew up, or what your dreams were, or what are your expectations that didn't get met. Sorry, proper English, don't sue me. Because I talked about this in my second to last video, I think, where I was like, trauma dumping. It's the best way to bond. It's the best way to get to know someone. If it's prompted, you know, don't like just like word vomit of like, my dog died in front of my eyes. He got ran over by a bus. And then I got in trouble for it because I accidentally dropped the leash. So my dad came outside and like started beating me up. You know, that's not great. Don't like trauma dump that way, you know. And that was a made up scenario, by the way. That wouldn't be very cool. What would I say to that? What would anybody say to that? It's like, oh, that's really bad. I'm sorry that happened to you. Like, there's no way to like re-trauma bond from that, but like if you can bounce off of your own trauma, that's like fun, you know. It's like a right way to bond with somebody. Get to know them, you know, like what's wrong with your brain. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I love you. Bye.